Good evening, everyone, and welcome to Big Board Sports. Unbeaten in their last 3 games, the Penguins went back to work at the Igloo. Eddie Johnston's club skating against the Bruins, and you can talk about Lemieux, Steven Jogger, but this guy here's the cheese, Iceberg, and he enjoyed the play of his real Penguins. Bruins cough it up. Joey Mullen cranks a changeup and scores. 1-0 Pens. Then, from the shot from the point, Kevin Stevens right in front, creating traffic, and finds Mesh 2-0. Martin Straka had some game. Look at the feed to Stevens in front, and the Pens were in control. But it was 3-3 when Joey Mullen set up Grant Jennings. 4 unanswered goals for the Pens in the third period, and they won it 7-3, ending Boston's 8-game unbeaten streak. Let's go to the scoreboard. Also tonight, New Jersey over Buffalo 5-3. Stefan Richer with 2 goals for the Devils. The Rangers now 12-0-2 in their last 14, a big win over Ottawa. Philadelphia just crunched Montreal 9-2. Tampa Bay over Hartford, and Washington defeated the Blues. After having the last 4 days off, the pace of the Panthers' schedule will be picked up a great deal this weekend. First, the annual Turkey Night Shootout against Johnstown, followed by road games Friday and Saturday versus Toledo and Columbus.
Traditional rival Johnstown's coming in town, and that rival's been established early, and it's been an intense and bitter rival to this point. So fans are going to see a heck of a game tomorrow night, and it's the start of a big weekend for us.
To NBA action now, Cavs and Bullets. Good inside work here. Doherty with the slam. Cavs went on a 17-2 run in the third quarter. Hot Rod puts one down. Mark Price led the way with 28. As we go to the scoreboard, it was Cleveland over Washington 113-107. Charlotte crushed the Lakers 141-124. Golden State over Miami. Boston on the road defeating Detroit. Philadelphia knocks off Indiana, and San Antonio all over the struggling Bulls. A good matchup in major college hoops. Number 6 Kansas versus number 9 Minnesota. NIT tourney. Good inside work here by the Jayhawks. Scott uses his body and the window for the deuce. From long distance, just call on Steve Woodbury. From Treyland, and it's true, Kansas up 8. They held off Minnesota. The final 75-71. North Carolina struggling with UMass, but leading late now in the second half. At 6, we told you the story of our sports person of the week, Edinburgh wrestler Tony Roby, who's off to some start. He went 6-0 at the Ohio Open, claiming the 158-pound title, and yes, he has changed his approach since his freshman year.
I wasn't aggressive enough, I wasn't physical enough, and I got it taken to me a lot, you know. I was managed to hang in there and end up okay last year, but this year I'm coming out in a lot better shape, and I'm just taking the match, you know, to my opponent.
Before grappling on Friday night in the reunion of champions dual meet, the Russian squad relaxed with some sauce and pasta at the Olive Garden tonight. I talked with their host, Steve Barrett, who says this squad is loaded with Olympic talent.
1992 Olympics in Barcelona, the Soviet Union, the former Soviet Union, had 3 champions. All 3 of them were from this little republic in the Caucasus: Khabilov, Khadartsev, and Fedzayev.
They have some excellent wrestlers, a couple of Russian national champions there, and it's going to be a hard-fought battle.
Bob Gartner says plenty of tickets still remain, and he promises not to pin anyone who shows up. A 7 o'clock start at Macomb. When Central takes on Hollidaysburg in round 2 of the state playoffs, some of the Falcons will be familiar with the Altoona turf. While at Academy 4 years ago, they played a freshman game on the AstroTurf. This time around, they plan on taking advantage of their team speed.
I think it's going to help us. I think we have the team speed. I think we have more speed than they have looking at the tapes. So this carpet should help us go.
And the head coach, Mr. Tim Holland, will join us Friday night at 11:20 for our next edition of 12 on 12. In the case of Ken Hatfield and his job as head football coach at Clemson, he just never was fully accepted by boosters and fans. He resigned today after posting a 4-year record of 32-13-1. His Tigers also went 8-3 this season and could be bowl bound. It wasn't enough, and Hatfield is gone. Our feature from the Downs at Erie and a tight finish from Hollywood Park. Lovely music held off the field, returning 1260. The exacta combo of 7 and 5, a shade over $50. And the big news out of Cleveland, Vinny Testaverde has been activated, and he will dress Sunday against the Falcons.
So then who's out if Vinny's in?
Tom Tupa is out. He wasn't in Cleveland that long, but I just can't wait for Sunday because you know Belichick will panic and bring in Vinny all hurt and everything. It could be a lot of fun to watch.
It'll be a long year, the rest of the year for Browns fans.
Thanks a lot, Mike.
On our entertainment report now, her brother may be facing a lot of problems, but everything's just fine for Janet Jackson. As Arthel Neville explained, she's about to go out on tour.
Jackson's worldwide tour will cover such North American cities as New York, Toronto, Chicago, and Cleveland. International stops include Japan, Asia, and Latin America. The tour is expected to last nearly 2 years. Caravan Pictures has landed actress Julia Roberts for its movie Tracks. Considered one of the hottest screenplays in Hollywood, Tracks is the true story of Robin Davidson. Davidson crossed the Australian outback in 1978 with 3 camels and a dog. Roberts' latest film, The Pelican Brief, is due out next month. Although Thanksgiving is tomorrow, some celebrities are spreading cheer a little early. Lindsay Wagner will be among the stars serving dinner to the homeless at the Los Angeles Mission today. Actor Pauly Shore will also be on hand. Meanwhile, actress Zsa Zsa Gabor is supplying 100 turkeys to a shelter for low-income women. Gabor became involved with the shelter while doing community service after slapping a cop. It may be less than a wonderful life for Jimmy Stewart fans this Christmas.
It's a Christmas present from a very dear friend of mine.
Airings of the Yuletide classic, It's a Wonderful Life, are being scaled back dramatically this year. Concerns over rights to the 1946 film have prompted Republic Pictures to restrict airings in the future. The movie became a holiday staple after its copyright lapsed in the 1970s. And that's going to do it for the E! Entertainment Report. I'm Arthel Neville.
It's a Wonderful Life. Great movie.
Yeah, everybody's going to be watching it over the holidays.
That's for sure. Chris will be back to recap your early morning Thanksgiving forecast.
But up next, an annual event downtown to put us in the holiday spirit is now underway. We'll give you a sneak peek at this year's Festival of the Trees.